Hi guys, this is Yummy Wilfred. Welcome to It Was Never Personal with Yummy Wilfred, the podcast. A podcast where it has always been about love, laughter, music, dance, colors, role playing, balance, awareness, authenticity, not taking the ego too seriously, life too seriously. It is all about realizing that this is a dream, an illusion that you and I get to co create with a power higher than us. It was never personal. Tune in to get inspired, motivated, and mostly importantly, find ways to love yourself and do so with laughter and joy and peace. It was never personal. This is nothing new. You won't get to learn anything new from this, but it may sound new only because we have forgot that which we know or once knew. And I'm here to remind us of that which we forgot. It was never personal. Thank you so much for tuning in into this episode. I really do appreciate your presence and thank you so much. Subscribe, like, share if you really like the episode. So today's episode's title is Life in School. Particularly we're going to talk about how is school, Yeah. Uh I'm a student and I believe that the listeners of this have been students. They're students or are going to be students. Yes. So sometime in our life or journey, we are really going to be students, or we have been students, or we are students at the moment. So, but how is life in school? Because a lot of time, my colleagues at school really ask me, Wilfred, what is it that you're doing? How do you do this? How do you get to be um so positive, so confident, so well balanced in whatever that you're doing in school? Like you don't seem to really get this. You don't even seem afraid. You don't seem nervous and stuff like that, especially at a time of exams, which I love. I love writing exams, and um, and now my friends are always like, "Oh no, look at him. He's not even like you're not afraid or whatever." But that's not true. I'm anxious. Yes, I feel the anxiety, but like my counselor will say, you should feel the normal anxiety, which is really like, okay, I'm about to write, and my mind really cannot wait to see how this is going to come out. I cannot really anticipate to know what is in the exam. Am I ready enough? Did I prepare? And usually I answer those questions. Yes, I prepared, and then I'll just have to test the level of my preparedness on the test and get to see if I really did prepare the right way. Because we can all prepare, but it is really how you prepare. So I'm actually doing this to share just my overview of like life in school, how to really create this experience in school that you really love. So thank you so much for tuning in. We are really going to talk about how school, the guilt that our students feel in school, and the self limits, the self limitations we have imposed on ourselves that really restrict us from releasing the power we have within, you know, and also why it was never really personal. School is not personal. Thank you. So without further ado, let's start. Yes. Thank you so much. Uh, so I don't take it personal really. Like school, I don't take school personal, really. No, 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 I don't do it. And I feel like maybe this may come out of as, what do you mean you don't take school personal over it? I mean, what do you mean you're always like reading, you're going to school? You Yes, but what I really mean is that I do not really, I don't get my sense of value from school. I do not go to school to fulfill myself. I don't go to school to really say, oh yes, I did it and stuff of that sort, because in actual fact I know that school is, it's just this way to an extraordinary life. It's a shortcut maybe to an extraordinary life, or maybe a luxurious life, as some may put it. It's a way to really get the coins moving, to be honest. And school, again, it's a way in which we get to be given this manuscript with which we get a sneak peek of what the world we have created is, because we human beings have created a world, and hence now school is like, okay, go and get there. You'll be taught on how to really navigate through this human world which we have created. But that's on a personal level. On a deeper level, it's a construct, it's an illusion. It's not something which is really it's a concept. School is a concept, and I know that because now I know school is a concept. I don't take concepts personal. I don't really take them too seriously. I don't do that. For example, um I go to school and then I do my things, but does that mean that if I fail at school means that I'm a failure in life, in my life? No, I don't do that. Concepts um should not be confused with the truth. You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, we really need concepts. We really do need concepts. For example, the concept of time, the concept of naming a location. For example, right now I'll be like, okay, I'm in Gaborone, but does really Gaborone exist? I don't know. But on a practical level, that is very perfect. That's okay. Gaborone exists on a practical level on this human existence that we have created. We have to really know that okay, there's a place named Gaborone. So that if I say, okay, Wilfred, where are you? I want to meet you, and then I'm like, okay, I'm in Gaborone. You can come to Gaborone at what time? At 5 p.m. You know, but is it really 5 p.m.? Is it Gaborone? Does Gaborone really exist? No, I don't think so. We've created it. We've named it. What if we've we've named Gaborone Connected? Yeah. But anyways, again, the same thing goes to school. School for me is just a concept in which I really get a manuscript, a guide on how to accept, to expect, rather, to expect this human to human interaction, because they will give you like manuscripts. You get there and you get to really identify a role which you can easily act out. Roles, I mean, being a teacher, being a doctor, being a lawyer, being anything. This roles that we play, being a parent, being a friend, being a cousin, being the roles that we play in life. School is really just about you being able to really get the manuscript, and the manuscript says, okay, what is your personality? What are you really entwined with? What are you attuned to? What do you want to do? Or you want to be an actor? Okay, come and study acting, and then you do it, and then it's like, oh wow, I love it. And then you come in, you go out into the world, and then you interact with people via that concept of, okay, I've been to school, I'm an actor, I'm a doctor. Oh, you're the patient. I'm going to really we're going to really interact on that level. But we do not have to really lose ourselves into these roles. We do not have to lose ourselves in these concepts that we come with. The same thing goes to school. I remember the first time I wrote my lab report for biological sciences in my university, and then I got 24%. It was a pivotal moment to me, because I went, oh my God, what is happening? Yeah. And funny enough, I was able to laugh through the experience, because collectively, as the students in my lab, actually, or I really do believe that collectively, as the first years, we really failed the first lab report. I got 24%. Not meaning that there was no one who really got 100%, 85%. There were really some students really did exceptionally well. But I did 24. And then I'm like, my neighbor, what did you do? And my neighbor's like, oh, I got 40. Oh, that one got what? Oh, I got 32. I got 60. And it's like, what is happening? So that was really the first time for me to really go in and say, this is really just, let me have fun with it. I didn't take it personal. I was like, okay, I got 24%. Bye. I'll see you. But the most important thing was for me to learn the mistakes I did. The level of my preparedness for the lab report was infused with so much fear, because to me, I was like, what is a lab report? What do you write? When I look onto an article on online. I'm like, do I have to do this? This is so heavy. This, I was coming from a point of fear when I was doing my lab report for the first time. But ultimately, I was able to really conjure through and just work it through. And I managed to really get 100% on my last lab report. And the same thing goes to when I was doing my first year semester two doing mathematics calculus. Oh my god, that oh, but that is because I think at this point it was because I really had understood school. I really had my school life at balance. I knew my frequency, so I was able to really get 100% across all the tests. Yes, I did it. I did it, and the most important thing for me to really for me was to just take the paper and say, okay, just as I got 24% when I started, and now I'm really going and I'm able to get 100%, this has nothing to do with me. I'm not the 24%, or let me say, as much as I'm not the 24% in my biological lab report, I'm not my 100% in my mathematics test. I'm not that, and I will feel because usually when we pass, we feel so excited, elevated, and we're like, oh, and the ego may go, oh, I did it. Oh, yes, you get that sense of feeling of like, oh, you are that 100%, but you ain't. Feelings ain't facts. Like I said, me getting the 100% just means that I prepared enough. I prepared well. I did my work, and that's it. Carry on. Whatever I was doing is working, so I should just prepare the way I was doing it. That's it. It has nothing to do with who I am. It doesn't add to the sense of like who I am really. It because in reality, like I said, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. You know, so it's not the other way around. We are not human. We are not human being. We are not human. What can I say? Okay, we are not humans who are having a spiritual experience. No, no, no. You are a spirit having a human experience. You get it. Yeah. So now, as much as I'm not my 24%, I'm not my 100%, you know? Yes. But because we really don't understand that school is a concept, everything is a concept, They're just concepts. Yes. But because now we don't understand that, meaning that we'll just get to have that kind of thinking mentality and believe, oh, whatever that I get to experience in this concept of school, whatever mark I get, whatever results I get, um whatever is happening in school has to do with me, has to do with who I am really. You know, you forget the concept and you're like, okay, I got 40%, my CA is 35%. Oh my God, I'm a failure. I'm retaking a course. I'm a failure. I'm this. And then it's bad enough for you to do it to yourself because people would already do it to you. Your family members will tell you, your friends will tell you, the community will tell you, the television, the social media will tell you, people will tell you that doing this, if you are not able, if you're retaking a module, if you're writing supplementary exams, it means that you're a failure or stuff like that. Honey, no, it's not true. It's not true. You know, it's a concept, just get to experience the school, which for me, school is just an extraordinary, it's just a way to have an extraordinary life, It's just to get the coins coming in, just to secure your bag, But this concept of school is not really for all of us. We are not all going to have it. We're not all going to get the coins coming in via school. We are not, you know? Yeah. But we are really made to believe that, oh, we all have to do school. We all have to take on school. And if you fail at school, you're failing at life. But no, there are other pathways to get the coins coming in. There are other ways, Yes. But either way, every path is hard. Every path is hard because there are challenges. Yes. But ultimately, again, whatever path you really go on, as much as you really prepare for it and you just meet the challenges halfway, that is taking the lessons from the challenges, you would be able to really make it at the end of the day. Whatever you put your mind to, and really block out the noises of who says who said I'm not Wawa, you'll make it. Yes. So I don't take school personal. I don't take it personal. I take love personal. I take kindness personal. I take humility personal. I take people loving me personal, allowing people to really love me. That is personal. Love is the only thing that I really do take personal. Other than that, I'm just having fun. Yes. Now, how is school? Well, I'm not going to sit here and just and try and fit into the narrative that is really around the world, which is school is hard and tough. No, for me, no. School is not that. For me, school is like it's a play. It's we are in a play, so two dancers are dancing. I'm the partner. No, I'm a dancer and school is my partner and my school is my partner. So we are dancing. Sometimes I can step on top of my partner's toe, and sometimes my partner can step onto my toe. You know? But that just means that somewhere along the line I missed my mark. Yes, So for me, school is not really tough. It has to do with each person and how they navigate life, because school is a small aspect of life. For example, if you take life to be a totality of 10 over 10, I'll say school is something like 2 over 10. So this means how you deal with school has to do with how you deal with life. If you have poor adaptations, poor mechanisms or tools in which you really do navigate with life, you would have poor mechanisms, navigation tools in which you deal with school. That's that. That is that, you know. But before I really go further, I would really like to say this: life is hard. Don't get it twisted. Life is hard, meaning that school is also hard, School is also hard because, like I said, school is like a subsect of life. So if life is hard, then school is hard. But just like life, you can create the school life you want, the experience that you want. So knowing this, I always have to remind myself each morning not to take it personal, but to experience it and have fun. I have to be present. I have to really go to school with a clear mind. I don't have to carry the baggage of what happened yesterday at school the next day, the next morning I'm going to school. I don't have to do that, you know? So what I do actually, I have to restart the machine every day, every morning. I have to, and I do a lot of things, guys. It's it's hard. It's hard to really keep up with it, waking up and having to really restart the machine. Like I was saying, I pray, I meditate, I exercise, I do a lot of things. And this doesn't mean that these are the only ways to do it. There are a lot of stuff, and I really try and learn a lot of ways in which I can make my life simple, my life enjoyable, but not everything is really going to be inducive to me. I'm not really going to like it. Like there is this there's Tai Chi, I can do Tai Chi in the morning, but as compared to yoga, I'll say I really love yoga. I love doing yoga compared to Tai Chi. Tai Chi, I think maybe it's because I haven't really found the right the right instructor or something like that. But it's exhausting to really do Tai Chi as compared to yoga. So this is me saying, even though I say I meditate, it doesn't mean that you have to meditate. Just find something that really can really clear you of the baggage that your mind will really try and carry from yesterday, or this negativity or this emotions, even the positive emotions. Start on a fresh day. Today's going to be a great day. Today's going to be a day that I don't know, but I'm so excited to see what is going to happen at school today. Have that kind of mentality, you know. And again, my attitude is really what is going to really uh have an effect on whatever school life experience I have. Meaning that if I have a negative attitude, I'll have to really experience life as this negative experience. But because I really try and always have a positive attitude or a positive mentality, school is not really that much of a drag. It's rather like swimming through. swimming in a swimming pool when I know how to swim. Yeah. And I don't know how to swim, by the way. Yeah. But you get the gist, right? Yeah. And always remember this. I remember when I had my this other app. They have like codes, and every day in the morning they really just pop a new code. And one day, I this other code came and it was like, positivity is a superpower. Oh my god, that changed everything. I was a first year, and it changed everything. Positivity is a superpower. I don't know. It just really heightens me up even to this day. I can cry saying it because wow, positivity is a superpower. You know? Yeah, it just makes me so vulnerable. Yes, but I love it. That is one way that I really get to accept my attitude to be that of a positive kind. So, a positive attitude really will allow you to not be afraid of failure. Because failing is painful. It is. It is painful, but ultimately we'll learn that failure is painful because first of all, we are resisting to accept what is. You are resisting the present moment. You're really going against whatever that is that life has brought you. You see? So then it's like, okay, I have got this. This is what is it is, but I have prepared. I've done this. I read. I did not sleep yesterday. I was reading, and as much as I tried to really get my best, a 40% is what I'm worth. Really, that is what your mind and your ego will try to say out, and the ego is really, yeah, the ego really resists the present moment. So resisting the present moment, or the resisting a situation whereby your school life is not really as what you expected it to be, and then it's like, okay, you failed. It becomes painful. It's painful. We all have expectations, but don't expect too much. Keep an open mind. Yes, it's hard because we ultimately have to have goals. But when a goal is not met, it's like you failed. No, 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 no. Failure sometimes is like life or God or whatever that you really believe in, saying, take another direction, or maybe saying this is not the time for you. You'll try it again next time. This time is not really the right time because we don't know anything. We don't know any. I really don't know what is going to happen 5 minutes later. If I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish this podcast episode right now, but I have to always try and be right here. I don't have to say, okay, after say I don't know it. So I have to accept it. What if I'm just doing the episode and then my laptop just breaks down? Yeah, it will hurt me, but being able to just accept what is, I'll be able to move forward from it because who knows what would have happened if it had not broken down, you know? Yeah. So keep an open mind and just let failure be that one thing which has lessons for you. And all failures are actually just uh what gets you to okay, all my failings got me to this point. All your failings got you to this point. Either you like it or you don't, doesn't matter, but that's it. Yeah. But if you accept it, imagine what life you could create because you'll be able to get the lesson and say, okay, this is where I need to prepare. This is where I have to fix. And then you don't have to really re-experience it again. But if you resist that that situation which is right here right now, and then you're just like creating a narrative of it and say, okay, I failed, this is unfair, like why is this, and you start lamenting and you grip onto the baggage, you make yourself a victim, you're not really going to get get on with it. Yes, another thing that I really do again, which helps me to have this experience of school which is not tough, because like I said, school has to do with how you really navigate life. It is unique to each person. So one and another thing that I do is I choose my environment. I choose my group of people. So when I started my first year, I was really like a loner. And I am to some parts because I don't really, people are crazy. Yes, like I said, people are crazy. So when I started my first year, I really enjoyed my space. I get in school, I do this, but I'll always have like that interaction with people. I'm not saying that I was pushing people off, but I was really trying to create as much as alone time as I can, because when you get to school, you realize that, oh, no, 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 no. Not everyone is really out there to make it a nice experience. Some other people are really trying to make it as horrible as they feel it to be horrible towards you. So I choose my environment, and right now at this point, I have friends, and I try and hang around with them. But yeah, in the mornings I have my time and some time along the way, and sometimes I really don't want to stay around with my friends, but I just have to learn how to really stay with them. Yeah. Now, with that said, you have to identify your own rhythm and stay at that frequency. Find things that are working for you in school and find those things which are not working. And whatever that is not working, dust it off. Dust it off. You can only find your frequency and things that are working for you and be able to dust off those things that are not really working for you if you stay present, if you stay focused on this moment. You know, you get to school and you focus on what you are doing right now. Stop really preparing. As much as I always say, I prepare whenever I prepare for, or whenever I study in that attitude of, okay, I'm going to write a test, I'm going to write an examination. But that doesn't really take away my attention from the books. I know my objective. I know that, okay, by this week, I should have covered this content. And I try and really focus on this content. I do not rush through, you know? So I don't really let the exam period, which is going to take place in 4 months, really be my focus. Rather, I take this moment, which is like, okay, I have to really cover this four objectives, so I'm going to get done with them and make sure that I understand them. That is how I get to be present over here. I listen to whatever that the teacher is saying. The teacher is like, okay, do this, try these questions. It's simple being present, but again, it's hard. Sometimes it's very hard. Yeah. So try and just be present and find your own rhythm, your frequency. What I mean by this is we all have that level of we all know uh circumstances or points in time where we feel like, today I can really read for 4 hours and I feel so alive today. You know, in that moment, find what led you to that moment, to feeling so alive, so euphoric without even needing to drink a drug or take in energy reboost or anything. Find whatever that really led you to feeling like that alive. Why are you feeling so vibrant today? Why are you so happy? Why are you so positive? Being able to find that which really led you there, that is where your frequency is. That is where your own rhythm is, because you have created your a space in which life can really flow through you and everything seems to be aligned. That is your frequency. And if you can identify that balance, I'm telling you, school is going to be nothing but an experience which is so joyful. Yes. And joyful, I don't mean like you're always going to get 100%, but trust me, you are going to get something which is way much higher than 80%. You're going to score, you're going to get it moving. You're going to get whatever that you want. Even if you get a 70%, okay, I got a 70% because I did this. I failed because I did this. My level of preparedness was not really at par with whatever that I have to really have done, delivered, which is the test. Because the test is like, okay, did you do this question? Do you know it? Oh, I don't know it. That means that I didn't prepare for it. So next time I have to really do prepare for it. But how do you prepare for the unknown? Stay present. Stay present. Listen to the teacher. What is the teacher saying? What is the teacher emphasizing on? What are the objectives saying? Cover that. After covering that, do your best, read, and then leave everything to life. Leave everything to God. Do not try and run up to the future. Don't carry those past negative beliefs of, I always fail, I always do this. Your maths is this, physics I'm going to fail by science. Oh, Setswana is hard, English. Because carrying those beliefs from the past, you get to really contaminate the present moment, which ultimately will really again contaminate your future, because you get to really recreate that experience of you being someone who really is not good in math, not good in this and that. So it's really about trying to be present, cover whatever that is there right now, do the best you can, and leave everything to God. Yes. Now let's talk about the guilt. So it's like a trend in it's a trend that has, because I'm an observer, like I said, so I observed that there's a trend in the University of Botswana where it's like, okay, each semester we have a suicide case. And it hurts. It really hurts, to be honest. But this has to do with the guilt. People, we really have, we are really carrying so much emotions as students. We really carry a lot, you know. And the hardest challenge for me to really overcome was the was really to just not mind the expectations that people, teachers, and my parents, my family members placed on me as a student. That was the hardest challenge. And it is to this day, but I've really worked through it. I think I'm at an 8/10 sometimes. I really get back, and then I really mind whatever they have as an expectation of me, and then I get to carry the guilt. But that is the hardest challenge I really had to overcome, because I used to be a perfectionist. I'll do my notes, I'll do this, I'll make sure that I'm done with this. I Oh my god, it was tiring. All because I knew that if I don't really deliver, if I don't get an A star or an A as my overall mark, my mom is going to think this. My dad is going to think this. My family members are going to say this. My teachers are going to say this. My friends are going to think this. People are going to paint a picture of me because of what I have got in my results sleep, you know? And having to overcome that was really the biggest challenge. But how did I overcome that? Like I said, what people think of you, what people think of me is none of my business. What people say about me has nothing to do with me. It has only to do with them. It has everything to do with them, you know? But I was young. I didn't know this. I didn't have these tools. I didn't really know about how we have subconsciously created a very, very rigid, self loathing, self criticizing environment. We take concepts as reality. We confuse a result slip that says, okay, this kid got an A with who they are. Just because somebody got an A doesn't mean that they are perfect or they are whatever. Just because somebody got a D doesn't mean that they are horrible. They don't like their schoolwork. They are no, no. And in actual fact, I'm telling you, I don't know if really a parent is listening to this, but if they are, oh, please tell your parents. Students are going through the most things. At school, we are not taught how to deal with emotions. We are not taught how to deal with emotions. We are really just taught on how to really get the coins coming in. We are really taught on how to really interact with people on a human level. But we are really not taught on how to really deal with our emotions, on how to really build up ourselves, on really how to be self aware. We are not really taught that. So students are carrying a lot, you know? Yes, so don't really confuse whatever whatever you are getting with who you are. And I did it. And I right now I don't really like my level of performance at school does has nothing to do with what they are getting. But I know that after my exam is done, I would really want to say, okay, mom, this is what I got, you know? And to this point, it's like, okay, but do I have to tell you? Do I have to tell you, okay, mom, I have to tell you what I got, but I'm scared of what you're going to think. I don't want to see you criticizing myself. or criticizing me because of what I got. So sometimes it's like, okay, it's best I leave it to myself. It's hard. Yes, I'll have to deal with that. So, uh, is the guilt that really, yes, students are really going through a hard time. And again, this is what you have to do. If you're a Form 5 student and you're going to have varsity, please do what you want. Do what you want. Feel your body, feel your intuition, that inner voice that tells you, I want to be an actor, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a lawyer, and do that course. Don't do BSc because that's the pathway for medicine, and you know that your parents are like, oh, medicine has money, because being a doctor is so upholded than being a teacher. But guys, have we really thought about it? We are actually where we are because of teachers. We are where we are because of teachers. So in the long run, I really feel like teachers should be like the most highly appreciated people because they get us to where we are. From kindergarten to even a state of being the doctor, and then you get to be a doctor, and then you start telling your child, don't be a teacher. Teachers are like this. Rather be a lawyer because a lawyer is, ugh, honey, that lawyer, you are a doctor. You're an nurse because of that teacher. So don't do that. So now this goes out to say, do what you want to do. Pick that course. If you don't want to do any mathematics and finance, don't do it. Do whatever you want to do. Feel your intuition, because at the end of the day, it's going to be you who's going to really go through the pain of reading, of really saying, okay, this is hard. How do I really balance school? Your parents will just be then saying, oh, are you sure you're really reading? Oh, you are not doing it. Ugh. Guys, I have a friend who really withdraws school, and I tell you, that really changed my perspective. I really respect them. I'm not saying leave school, guys. No. But I'm just saying just be connected to your inner self. Another thing, be aware of parents who identify with the role of becoming a parent who's complete through their child. Some parents are really just living their lives through us, you know? Not even just some parents, even teachers, whoever is really like trying to really bring you down or trying to really force you to do things that you are not interested. Like I said, whatever people have to say about you has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. So sometimes people really play this role of, my kid, you have to do this. I want you to achieve what I've never been able to achieve. I want you to be the someone who would really be seen in the world. I want you to become this successful person who people would know, you know. But ultimately, they're trying to really live through you. Like your achievements, they believe that if you achieve, you become a doctor, it means, oh, I've done my job as a teacher, I've done my job as a parent, I've done my job as this. But that's not it. No. And you don't have to really play into it. You don't have to do something that you don't have to study a course which you do not want to study, but you're just going to do it because your mom said this. And for sure, they are going to really get into that panic mode and try and victimize themselves and say, you're not listening to me, this, only because they're trying to really preserve that identity they have. Because your achievements, they believe that you achieving has something to do with them. If you achieve, it adds a sense of self to them, which is positive because, okay, people will go, oh, her children are passing. She's the great parent, you know? But that's not it, guys. That's not it. Break the chain. Thank you. But, anyways, let's continue. So, and I remember when this other teacher was telling me, so in a class, usually there are students who, okay, teachers pick, and then it's like, this is my golden star. This is the apple of my eye. And then I failed one test. And they were so disappointed. They were so disappointed that they came to me and they were like, Wilfred, how could you do this? How could you fail such a simple question? And I was hurt two times because at first I was hurt because I was like, ma'am, I made a mistake. What can you help me here? Why didn't I understand this? But then before I even said, can you help me understand the question? She was like, how could you do this to me? You know, you disappointed me. And it's like, what? Really? You know, you are a Form 3 student, you are a Form 5 student, you get 34 points, and your family members go, oh my god, this is a disgrace to the family. We are so disappointed in you when you're the one who said you were reading. But let's face it, pointing one finger to the other, four fingers are really pointing back at you. Because in fact, these people who would always say they're disappointed in your family because of what you did, because of the result that you got as a Form 5, let me tell you, they were never really there to wake you up in the morning to say, read. They never really took time to say, Wilfred or my kid, how are you doing and how is school? And that question, guys, I feel like we really all need it. How is school? How is school going? Where do you need help? You know, how are you feeling today? How was school? How did you feel coming back from school today? Did you really understand everything? They never do that. But rather, they would wait. And usually they are agitated, irritated during those times when there's conflicts. And then they bring up something. Oh, you are always sleeping. Oh, you don't read. Oh, but they don't know whatever that you're doing. They don't know that you're in class and you're like, guys, I do not understand this. I don't understand this. I don't. But I'm afraid to really go to the lecture and say this. You come home, you are tired, and they're like, why are you not cooking? They don't first say, before you cook, my child, come here, let's sit down. How was school? How were your friends today? How did you feel? Did you understand everything? These little tiny things that we don't do, they matter. They really matter. And I really had to do that for myself. And you have to do it for yourself. Yeah. Do not confuse their act, their manifestations, or whatever that they see out to you with who they are. Because realize that they're conditioned. They're at a level of consciousness or a level of life in which they do not realize that they are not really adding up. Yeah, let me say this. Do not confuse them with whatever that they say to you. Don't be angry at them, but rather accept what is. Don't resist it. Be in awareness of them and just say, okay, I get it. My mom still really identifies, my teacher really still, my family members still identify with whatever that I get at school. They think that it is me, they think that it adds up to them. You know, yes, it was never personal. Never. Yes. Now, we have as students created a self belief in which we really limit ourselves. But like for me, I have this core belief that I'm worth getting 80%, 88%. I really don't think I can get 90% but I do get them. I do get them, you see, be only because I'm working on that belief, so I'm getting them. But I used to believe that, okay, my level best is an 80. And you know what happened on my first semester? Hey, most of my, like all of my, because I was doing 6 modules, I had 4 modules where I got 80, 80, 83, 82, and then the others, the two, I think there was like 90s and stuff like that. Ugh, it really pained me because I saw that, I knew that this is because I thought this is what I thought of. This is what I created. I only limited myself to an 80 thing. I labeled myself as worth of taking 80, but I broke it. And breaking it really has to do with preparing for sure, reading, studying, going a further mile, but also always remembering that no, I'm going to hammer this. You know, I'm not going to get an 80. And guess what happened? Yes, 97s, 90, 95. Those were my um my results on my second transcript all for semester 2. But believe me when I said I had 83. because I was still like some part, I was really not, I didn't clear it all of it was not really cleared, but it's fine. I'm working on it. So each one of us have that belief that okay, I'm really we limit ourselves. We think that we can get only 60%. At least as long as I can get 60%, as long as I can get a 70. No, don't do that. Prepare. Do everything. Prepare as if you are going to get 100. But after preparing, say I'm open to whatever that is going to happen you know but keep that positivity in mind. I'm much more greater than an 80. I'm much more greater. You are much greater than a 60%. That's the truth. Yes. And I remember my biology teacher in my senior school. She told me it is not what you do, but it is how you do it. Because a lot of students are studying, but are they studying in a way which is beneficial? The how part. No, 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 no. You have to really break it down, because break it down, break it down. The moment you get to sit and say, I'm reading, you don't read notes and then you pass. Be active. When you're studying, be active. Try and be active, be involved, be a lecturer to yourself. Yes, that's it. But I'm not really going to talk a lot on this one. I think it really needs to be an own episode on really how to really read and stuff of that sort. Yes. And another thing, stop being impulsive. Stop being impulsive. Like I said, feelings are not facts. But we as children, or even we as students, we are impulsive, we are moody, we act because of how we feel. You're like, okay, I feel tired, so I'm not really going to read. I feel sad, so I'm not going to read. No, 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 no. Uh-uh. Shove off that thing. Put it in the basement. Dust it off. It ain't working. And get to do the work. You know. Yes, listen to your intuition, your inner voice. Your inner voice will never tell you to not read because you feel sad because something at school happened. No, how you feel has nothing to do with the situation. It has everything to do with what you think about the situation. Yes, stop confusing the two guys and follow your intuition. Because if you follow your intuition, you'll be able to release that power from within. I always tell my friends, we are all capable of getting the highest marks. We are all capable of getting 90s and whatever. I do not really personally care of getting 100. Yes, I don't. But I feel like if I get an 88, 98%, I'm fine. 98%. 100, yeah, really. Yes, 100 is like a bonus. 98, I'm fine. You know. But to really get that power from you within which we can really do our level best, you have to really follow your intuition. You have to know yourself. You have to be self-aware, and you have to find your frequency, like I said. And balance is the key. Balance is the key, guys. You know, balance everything. You cannot read for like 12 hours of the day and then you are really into your social life. We have physical, mental, emotional, social, and a spiritual life. All these four things have to be in balance for you as a student to really feel like the going is good, to feel like you are the driver and you're not being a passenger and you're dropped off at a station where you don't even want to leave. You know, balance is the key. And like I said, block the noise. Block the noise. Choose your environment. Students are bored, Students are bored. People are just so mad and they are angry, So those people who are angry and mad and just feel like life is unfair to them, they're always looking out to for people to really carry along with them with those negative energy energy vibes, and then they carry you. It's like a student who is in SRC, and then they confuse being a student representative council member with the world real politics, and then they really start really gunning. They all get there. They give you those, yo, these guys, you know they just give you that energy of, huh, are you going all in? Remember that you're a student. Don't confuse the two. Don't do that. But because they're really identified with that, and then to a level which they forget that they're students, and then they really cleave off their student life, the academic work, and then they start gunning in for like elections and stuff like that. But it's because of the ego. The ego wants that. It wants to feel superior and stuff of that sort, you know? hmm So, like I said, in all honesty, we can all get the level, we can all get A stars, but our personalities do not really want to experience the hard work of putting the work out there. And it's okay. It's okay to feel like BSc is not for you. It's okay to feel like school is not for you. It's okay because that's your personality. That's that thing inside you saying, I don't wanna thrive for this. I don't want to thrive for this. But you cannot give up school and say, because I don't want to thrive for school, I don't want to work in school, I don't want to do school, I'm going to just stay. And you leave school, but you do not know what you really want to do. Better leave school because you know what you really want to do. Do you want to start a business? Oh, okay, leave school and then go and start your business. But you should know that as much as you were saying school was hard, oh, yes, the business out there is also hard. Yes, but follow your intuition. Yeah. And just expect as that, okay, as much as school was hard, out there is also hard. If I really want to be a senior and leave school, okay, it's going to be really hard. Yes, it doesn't mean it's going to really sail through, but the degree of hard work is different, because in school you feel like, okay, I'm being forced and stuff of that, but at least you know that you feel the pain of being a businessman because you chose to be a businessman, you know, like Dr. Gabor Mate said, we will feel pain for two reasons, either for being ourselves and not being accepted for being ourselves, you know, where I am authentic, but I'm not accepted. That is painful because I'm myself. Or you can feel the pain because you are not yourself, but you're accepted, where you are unauthentic, doing things to please other people, you know, that is painful, but you're accepted. Ugh. So, which pain do you want to feel? Of being authentic and not being accepted, or of being inauthentic and being accepted? The same thing goes to school. You can do school, even if you don't feel like doing it, it's not for you, and feel the pain only because whatever. Or you can leave school and do whatever you want to do, but still feel the pain of whatever that people will say. I'm not saying leave schools, guys. Remember that I'm not saying leave school. I'm just saying create the school life that you want to have. Create a life experience that you want to have. Be authentic. Yes. So how is school? Are you authentic? That's the question. Are you taking school personal? That's the question I'm asking you guys. So leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe, share, like if you really liked the the episode today. And remember, it was never personal. And again, guys, please share whatever topic you'd like me to really talk on about. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your existence and presence. And remember, it was never personal. Okay? Bye!